whatever medium is your space. So when I work with students, I like to invite them to explore colors and to explore their use of colors. I don't teach art as a class, but teaching special education, I love to use art and integrate the arts in what we're doing. And so mandalas typically can be circular, and it's a great meditative way to consider an issue, consider a problem. For me, I like writing 6-word stories. And then after I've created kind of that mantra, I let it take me where it takes me, and to inform kind of what is created. sometimes that very knowing is what prevents me from getting started. And traditionally, when I make paintings, I love to know in advance, well, what is it that I'm going to be making? And then I feel like I can enter into that with confidence. But there's something that comes from the process of creating art where you get to work through the things that are going on in your mind and work through racing thoughts, things that perhaps even are outside of your control. And it's not so much as that I want to have control over even the art in my life, but I think what art provides for me is that outlet where there are no rules and I don't have to follow what I'm told. And out of that can come a really beautiful thing. It's kind of a place where I can break the rules and then discover that in my mistakes, the things that I didn't want to do sometimes are the most interesting parts. And I was really taken by the theme of this year's festival being historic vision, memory, and dreams. Vision and dreams. Historic memory, vision, and dream. And to me, it made me mindful of a lot of what happened in our past colors our experience in life. And so sometimes that's born in limitations. Sometimes that comes from certain life experiences that we didn't ask for or we didn't mean to do, and we find ourselves on a pathway that maybe originally we never anticipated. So when we can find those edges and explore those, I just find that creating art in that process, even if it's the struggle that you go through as you're making whatever it is, again, what you start with is never the place you end up. And sometimes in the layering of parts, you might come back to it later and say, I remember when I did that. Maybe I didn't like that and I wanted to change it. Or maybe I didn't mean to do that. And then suddenly, how did I do that? How can I make that again? So it's just a playground where I feel that all of the troubles that I had an hour ago, I kind of view where they are and I can just stand in the space. I don't know about what you use in terms of palettes. By the time I'm done, I usually have a very muddy looking palette because I don't necessarily keep things where they're supposed to be. But that's another fun thing too, is that the story of my palette can tell me where I've been. So you might have something in mind right now as you're drawing and taking this time out for yourself. But I would like to have you consider for a moment the idea of growing through what you're going through. And what does that look like? What does that feel like? What is that texture? What is that color? secret Star Trek. You know, the BBS part.
Oh, yeah, the lions.
Yeah.
Tractor beam.
Tractor. Sometimes for me in art, the colors don't go and the themes don't go and they clash. But I just kind of go with the ride. See where it takes me. And then if I don't agree with it, I cover it and paint over it. And then I can change my mind and put it back. I'll share in terms of my blueprint for the moment. For me to gaze upon the image that just my subconscious puts out in the moment. I can see things from my past that I've loved, that I've cherished, without even knowing that I put them there. And this painting is not nearly what I would call done. I would just call it its draft. And even in paintings for me, I like to edit. I like to edit my work. But to share my story with you, and I would love to invite you to share your stories as well, however we can communicate with each other to know that. But the story of my moment here, I can see hydrangeas that are just in patterns. I can see a dark pool that's reflected. I can see the eye, kind of resembling like an eye of a peacock or the eye of my storm. It's kind of a place that I like to be, is to abide in that eye of whatever is thrashing about around me. And my colors make me like to see this, makes me think of sunset and fire, which brings me joy, and yet at the same time, there can be a sense of burning, of purification. The greens and the reds and the yellow, they kind of make me think of Bob Marley, and it tells me everything's gonna be all right. And then I have my tractor beams. And I think when I look at it next time, I'll see a whole bunch of different things that come to mind when I come and visit it for its next iteration. So thank you for spending time with us here. I don't know what our timetable looks like because I have not been in front of a clock. But I imagine that point is approaching. So in approaching our closing, I invite you to take time out of your day just to disappear into art, disappear into your art, disappear into music, disappear into movement, disappear into making shapes, disappear into mandalas. You can disappear into mandalas that inspire you.
It's mine.
Different ideas might say different things. I know for this painting right here, I have ideas to take it further into mixed media, but I need, my intentions are to use some kind of adhesive for that. I'm looking to layer it with paper, layer it with forms. I haven't really come to that conclusion yet, but through Instagram, I'll update from the Butterfly House so that you can follow my creative process. And I'm really interested to see some of the art that you've been working on and that you've been creating. So if anybody would like to show, oh, I love that.
Okay. Should
Are
I
they
turn it up?
mountains? Yes,
What?
tell me your story.
Okay.
Tell
Well,
me about your.
I've been liking working with cardboard lately. So I collect all sorts of empty boxes and tear them up. And I had to go really fast today because I wasn't very organized. So I grabbed some of my torn up cardboard and just started growing on it. And I realized it was reminding me of the ocean. When a wave comes in and there's some little white foam at the end of the wave coming up onto the sand. And it was really fun. And the media I was using was the water soluble crayons, the huge size and regular size. And that was great fun and moved me along toward using a medium that I've been interested in for some time, but haven't been doing as much with as I have wanted to. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. That looks incredible. I've never used myself cardboard. That inspires me to try for myself.
It is fun.
Thank you for telling us about your painting too. Very
Okay, thank you.
Is there anyone else that would like to share with us something you've been creating? Yes, I think glitter is going to be coming in the future. This is awesome. And I will say it's not muddy, but it's getting there.
Does the Butterfly House have classes and meetings?
Well, right now, currently, because of COVID, there's nothing officially scheduled. But I can give you a little tour of the space.
Okay.
If you like. Right now we have art. Well, the art that we do mostly is just here, I guess you could say. It's here on the walls. And we're also inviting people that want to have their art displayed here. Would be wonderful as well because we have space. We have a sound audio studio for musicians that would like to create, and it's a place that people can come for meeting and join, and we could do painting classes or even just something that we can still do virtually for now. I'm going to take you into the
Seems great. So people could come there and like kind of use it as a music studio, even then to be broadcast over Zoom for now.
Yes. You can have there can be if you collaborate musically with us, you can use it for a writing studio as well.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, I miss the.
Yes, and I definitely want to thank you.
I miss the in-person Santa
Yes.
and art walk so much. It's just terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We definitely look forward to being able to work with people in person. And for now, we'll do it remotely or we'll do it in small settings. But what this space here is to be is a performance space. So for example, if you would like to, last night we had poetry reading and one of our performance artists was performing right here. And it's just a great space. So if you want to be recorded, also to be shared with others, we can provide that as well. And we're working on learning our audio equipment too, so that we could, so that people, writers, podcasts, there are lots of options creatively, and we're in this space all about supporting the arts, and any proceeds that come as we continue to develop, any proceeds that come will go back to benefit our youth and to prosper our local art professionals in the community.
That sounds great. I
Yeah.
do know.
Great.
Well, I know an incredible singer-songwriter who for like 30 years lived down by San Diego, but now he's more local up here. He's in Laguna Woods staying with a friend who takes care of her blind mother in there. And he's just unbelievable as how he writes songs. He knows several instruments, and we belong to a few larger, like interconnected groups that we call devotional singing and also dances of universal peace. So we've been having to do all of those over Zoom because of the pandemic, and at least it's a way of keeping our groups together and sharing the music, So maybe we can, when the pandemic's over, we can come there and do something.
Love that.
But if you're interested in anything now, I can always send the information that you could check out what the singing groups are like. Just, see if it's anything of interest for the future.
Absolutely.
Sure.
We're open to it all. Everything, absolutely.
Okay, I'll email to you the information.
Yes, right now we have, you can send us a direct message through Instagram. And
Mhm.
we're still organizing that platform
Oh, okay.
for communication.
She may not be in this on Instagram.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah, I am. I'm
Okay.
gonna look you up right now.
And it's at _butterflyhouse dot DTSA.
No, Butterfly House _DTSA.
Okay. well,
GTSA, that's downtown Santa Ana, right?
Downtown Santa Ana, yes. Okay, I probably don't have
Okay.
that.